Good afternoon, good morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is, greetings. This is a channel about fragrances. My name is James, it's J-ROYL, and here we're going to talk about this guy. Parfums Vintage is a smaller fragrance company that has a lot of fragrances that smell very familiar.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the...
They blew onto the fragrance scene with their Pineapple Vintage line, which includes the regular one, Noir, eventually Intense, Beyond Noir, a lot of different variations on pineapple themed fragrances, which to me isn't very surprising because pineapple has been a very popular men's fragrance note. Parfums Vintage is fairly straightforward in its execution. You have a brighter pineapple Aventus, you have a darker, smokier Aventus. You have Aventus mixed with Sauvage. What more can you want?
If you smell!
But what makes this company different than some of the other companies that are putting out clones is they encompass a lot of the nuance that sometimes gets missed with other clone houses. I guess I should mention that this was sent to me for free.
Oh, hell no!
Did not pay for this. This fragrance in particular resembles Elysium Cologne by Roja Elysium. I have done a review of it if you haven't seen that. It's a beautiful fragrance, very fruity, vetiver dominant with some lemon, blackcurrant, juniper berries, just beautiful, juicy, masculine fragrance. It was one that my girlfriend really liked, which is why I bought it. But I ended up selling it after I received another clone of it, and it just made me feel that I didn't really need this extremely expensive fragrance when I had another fragrance at the time that kind of did the same thing. But what I didn't like about the other one was the fact that it lost a little bit of that beautiful bright fruitiness, especially in the opening. Thankfully with this guy, you don't lose that. In fact, you maybe even get a little bit more of that fruitiness. It doesn't feel as heavy and dense, which you don't want in this kind of fragrance. Parfums Vintage has done a wonderful job replicating that beautiful, beautiful fruitiness that was in the original Elysium Cologne. Now, a little while back, I did a giveaway because I reached a subscriber milestone, and I ended up giving away my Green Irish Tweed. This was a 4-ounce bottle of GIT that I had for a long time, but I didn't wear it anymore as soon as I got a Parfums Vintage fragrance called Verbena Fields. It performed better on me, the scent was identical, and cost-wise, it's a lot less. Why I love this. This edges the other notable clones on the market because it doesn't lose that beautiful, vibrant, fruity opening that Elysium has. Because it's formulated similar to the original with its balance of perfumer's alcohol and essential oils, it has that vibrance that gets lost with some of its competitors. What's also wonderful is the performance is great. In fact, I got about 2 hours more on average since I've been wearing this than I did with Elysium. And there's no synthetic quality to it. It doesn't feel like a cheap substitute. It's very natural. The fruitiness is really, really well done. And once again, I'm very, very impressed with this company. Why I don't like this? I don't necessarily like how there's no creativity really involved in this. While some of the other Parfums Vintage fragrances had their own sort of twist, their own little spin on a fragrance, this one is a pretty darn good clone. You can really tell they went for a very, very direct approach. But the good news is if you did want something a little bit different, they have another version called Evolution de l'Homme Matin, which introduces the darker Parfums Vintage King Intense / Beyond Noir smokiness. And it does give it a different fragrance profile. It's not like the cologne versus the parfum version. It does take things in a different direction entirely. Should you buy this? James says, yeah. I don't think you need to buy Elysium anymore. I don't think it's a fragrance that's worth your money because of this. Roja Elysium fragrances are amazing within their realm of darker fragrances, ambers, ouds, things of that nature. But when it comes to freshies, you don't need to spend the Roja prices because companies like Parfums Vintage are doing it for you at a fraction of the cost. And I know there are people that are going to say, just get decants. Get a decant of Elysium, and then therefore you won't spend as much money, but you'll get the real thing. You don't need the real thing, man. You don't need it because the quality in here is so high. The things that these guys are doing are making me rethink my entire collection. Now, even though I didn't pay for this, I'm reminding you again, I would absolutely buy this because it's amazing. It's such a beautiful scent that can be now owned for less money. You're not sacrificing any of the quality. You're not getting something that smells thick, synthetic, weird. Everything works in this fragrance, and it is absolutely worth your time and your investment if you like Elysium, or if you like fresh fragrances in general. Thanks for those thumbs, those sweet subs, and those cute comments. If you're a fan of Elysium or Parfums Vintage, or not, let me know what you think in the comments below. Parfums Vintage, keep doing your thing, because in my opinion, you guys are great. But that's my opinion. Get your own. And if you want to see more content from J-ROYL, check out these videos here, and a subscribe button right here.